aucun argument juridique ou constitutionnel. Mais elle a assuré qu'il était nécessaire d'imposer à la Tchécoslovaquie un régime politique.
Мы можем с удовлетворением отметить, что народы восточноевропейских стран, в том числе народ Чехословакии, идут вместе с Советским Союзом в борьбе за укрепление мира. Народы этих государств не склонны поддаваться шантажу и запугиванию. Они имеют достаточно крепкие нервы и достаточно выдержки для того, чтобы противостоять этому, несмотря на то, что попытки запугивания в отношении их предпринимаются и со стороны представителей некоторых государств, использующих для этой цели трибуну Совета Безопасности. Более
The poor people of Czechoslovakia are not redeemed from bondage by being told that other peoples have suffered from indirect aggression. However, such fantastic stories about the United States have been told throughout my attendance upon the General Assemblies and Security Council meetings of the United Nations. And it has always been obvious to all the world why such statements were made, and that they are propaganda of the arbitrary rulers of the Russian people. They haven't changed any since the first time they were uttered. They are just the same as ever, and they are unworthy of a detailed answer. The main point that interests us as a responsible body of this great international institution is to apply the test to such conduct that it deserves and ask the question, wherein do you find any answer whatever to the charges that are leveled here? That the Soviet Union has reduced the good people of Czechoslovakia to slavery, that their great system of democracy has been turned topsy-turvy, and that their economic structure has been so disrupted already that the freedom of acquiring and holding property is now destroyed. Probably the representative of the Ukraine is not in so favorable a position as the doormen and the cowboys of the United States of America. I'm certain that the distinguished representative of Russia does not have the opportunity that the very well-informed taxi driver in the city of Washington or in the city of New York has to have knowledge about the external affairs of the United States. But his comment, which was intended to be witty, operates as a great compliment to the democratic system of the United States, in which taxi drivers and doormen and cowboys can know and have something to say about the external affairs of their beloved country. Now there is one witness, that is, he might be a witness, now there is one witness, that is, he might be a witness of the actual facts in Czechoslovakia. He represents the present rulers of the inhabitants of Czechoslovakia. And I don't see him sitting here at this horseshoe. I assume that the Czechoslovakian representative will say that the Security Council is dealing with a domestic matter. But how does he explain the coincidence of the arrival in Prague of Deputy Foreign Minister Zorin immediately preceding the crisis? Members of the Security Council will realize that it was not in character for a Deputy Foreign Minister of the Soviet Union. The Security Council should realize that grave charges have been made, charges to which one cannot close his eyes. The Security Council should consider these charges in all of their aspects. All sides of the case should be heard. No member should draw conclusions prematurely or lightly. Certainly my government does not intend to do so. The Council should realize furthermore that if these charges should be established, they would constitute a case of indirect aggression. The United Nations would then be called upon to develop effective collective measures designed for the preservation of the territorial integrity and political independence of states, however small. Whether the charges are traversed or admitted, my government's position is to support continued consideration by the Security Council aimed at saving peoples from indirect aggression.
Upon the termination of the mandatory administration, and not later than May 16th next, a provisional Jewish government will commence to function in cooperation with the representatives of the United Nations then in Palestine. The Jewish state will be glad to cooperate with the neighboring Arab states and to enter into permanent treaty relations with them to strengthen world peace and to advance the development of all the countries of the Near East.